What's good, superstars? On this week's news, Kanye West's first Yeezy sneakers breaks record, sells for 685 million naira. Federal government withholds donations from amputee Mary Daniels after detecting lies in her claims. Bandits kill 5 abducted students of Greenfield University in Kaduna. Nollywood actor Baba Ijesha arrested for molesting a 14-year-old. And Nigeria is ranked 3rd worst governed country in the world. Yo, I need your full attention because it's time for your weekly dose of news recap here on OSG TV with Moa, your Amebo correspondent as always, Blessed Saints, and I am bringing you the gist as today hot, so let's get into it. If you watched the 2018 Grammy Awards or you were present there, you realize that Kanye West was wearing the Nike Air Yeezy 1, which was specifically made for him and was the first ever of its kind. Now, that particular pair of sneakers has become the most valuable pair of sneakers in the world, selling at a record-breaking price of $1.8 million, which is 685 million naira. Not the company, just the shoe. Now, that shoe was sold off in a private auction to a company called Rare, which is basically a company that helps, people sell and trade shares on individual pair of sneakers. Now, I would have sold up my sneakers, but it will be cheaper than I actually bought them. We know the story of Mary Daniels, the single mother amputee whose photo went viral after she was pictured selling bottled water at Oshodi in Lagos State. Now, Mary Daniels' story was actually touching. According to her, she lost her both parents and one of her legs to a fatal accident when she was just 10 years old, and they were on their way to their hometown in Kogi State. Ever since then, she's been living with her grandmother and things were not so rosy, so she decided to go into water selling business, and it wasn't going too well. In 2018, she got pregnant and moved to Lagos and continued selling water, and that was where she was discovered. Now, that story really touched a lot of Nigerians, and they decided to make donations for her. At the end of the day, Lagos State took over a welfare as well and, also donated to her. All in all, she got a donation of over 28 million naira, and things were looking good for her until recently, where we got news that the Lagos State actually withheld the donations from her, saying that they detected lies in her claim. Now, Mary Daniels' story seems to have been true to some extent, but then the fact that she lost her father was actually false. And then she started getting calls from people who helped her stage the whole thing, saying that if they don't get their cut of the money, if they catch her in their hands, she gonna see crazy. That's for those who know the joke. But then, whichever way, she was handed over to the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who later handed her over to the Lagos State Welfare, and then they handed her over to her kinsmen from Kogi State. A lot of handing overs there. But whichever way it is, we don't exactly know what they want to do with the money, but people in the comment section are saying that, the story is actually credible. She's obviously an amputee and she's struggling, so she needs the money. But some other people feel like she should be given half the money as punishment, and the rest half of the money should go to credible charity so that she can learn her lesson. Whichever way, I feel her story is actually touching and she needs help. Now, during the week, we got news that popular Nollywood actor Lanre Omiyinka, who is popularly known as Baba Ijesha, was arrested for molesting a 14-year-old child. Now, according to the news, there was a CCTV footage of the whole thing, and he actually confessed to the crime. Shortly after that, his colleagues came out, obviously trying to, defend him, and they were saying that they should release the footage that they claim they saw so that the public can see. But really, they should release the footage of a 14-year-old girl being molested. I don't think so. Anyways, shortly after, comedian Princess came out and, released a touching video where she revealed that the child who was actually molested is her foster child. And she was really in pain when she talked about it. She explained what happened, how he molested the child at 7 years old, and the girl was no longer the same. She was not as bright as before. She started acting strange and all of that, and later on she summoned up the courage to talk to her about it, and then they decided to invite him over again, so they can have proof, and they set up a CCTV camera that captured everything. Now, they came in the moments where he wanted to try something different, and they took him to the police station and he was arrested. Still yet, a lot of his colleagues still believe that he was innocent until proven guilty, and one of those was Yomi Fabi, a Nollywood actor. Now, this caused a lot of breed between Yomi Fabiyi and Iyabojo, because Iyabojo came at him for saying such, and he also insisted that the footage be released. Now, a lot of celebrities came at him, including Davido and, Tonto Dike, and said that it was wrong to even think that it's right to release a footage where a 14-year-old child is being molested. Now, later on, news came out that Baba Ijesha would be released because there is no credible evidence that he actually molested the child. And this got a lot of celebrities to go over to Panti Police Station in Lagos State to protest against his release. Now, Nollywood actress Tonto Dike also insisted that she would work the transfer of the case to Abuja, and she doesn't mind footing the bill for the victim and her parents to stay there in Abuja throughout the case. Now, with all of this, the Commissioner of Police came out later that night and said that Baba Ijesha's offense is a bailable one, meaning that he will not stay behind bars as long as people expect. What a country we live in. I mean, seriously, a child is being molested and it's bailable. On a sad note, we got news during the week that 5 of the abducted students from Greenfield University, Kaduna State, have been killed. Now, shortly before that, bandits invaded the school and kidnapped some of the students, and later on reached out to their parents to ask for a collective sum of 800 million naira. And shortly after, there was reports that 3 of the students had been killed and their bodies were discovered around the school premises. Now, the parents and families were still mourning the death of those 3 when we got another news that 2 more of them have been killed and their bodies were also discovered around the school premises. This devastating news was, revealed by the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, who said that they are doing everything possible to get the rest of them free. This is a very difficult time for the family, especially for those who have died, and we pray that they are comforted, and we also pray for the release of the rest of them. Now, with everything that is going on, it is no surprise that Nigeria has ranked the 3rd worst governed country in the world. This report was prepared by a Singapore non-profit organization, the Chandler Good Government Index, and according to them, they prepared this report based on the laws, the constitution, the strength and weaknesses of a country. And it's needless to say that this country is not safe right now and a lot of things are going on. But despite all of that, don't forget that you can still stay happy and still hang in there. And if you need more content to cheer you up, just head on to our website at www.olorisupergal.com for more. And you can also check out our social media handles, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And trust me, we got a lot of content to cheer you up. And for your advert placement, you can send a direct message to hello@olorisupergal.com and you will definitely get a response. My name is Blessings. Until next time I come your way with the scoop, take care. Bye.